afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast. Me, your host, Imperial Dane, Master Propaganda, Hero Strike Defender of the Fatherland, off here to a 2 vs 2 on Stadtschutt. The setting is the Eastern Front, 1944. Somewhere German Festerplatz, or Festung, has been established under Führer, order of the Führer to hold this city to the last man, the last bullet. In the north, we got Slayer and Mark fighting here for the Soviet Union, Socialism, Cohmaster-CPUeasy, and the 1st Guards Mechanized Corps tasked with shattering this Festerplatz. Versus in the south we got Cohmaster-CPUeasy, which is his name, by the way, in case someone's confused by it. There's a lot of people just call him CPU, difficulty. So, fighting here for the German army, forming up this Festerplatz, or Festung. With here, armoured assault, and we got guard rifle, mechanized support, and third combined arms here for the Soviets, with infantry and anti-tank grenade bullets and range bulletins, with single Katyusha, Spearhead, Jaeger armor, Jaeger Infantry, more Jaeger Infantry, elite troops, and mobile defense, with mostly infantry bulletins, a single hit for cheaper Panzerfaust and cheaper mines. Normally, though, you'd go for the cheap extended range in the Panzerfaust, being able to catch other vehicles just from slightly further away tends to, I think, in many cases pay off, in particular versus the lighter ones, but that's just me, personally. There's also, also looking at a lot of players when they go for bullets, and they tend to crop up a lot more the range one rather than the price one. So there's that. I mean, I think you say maybe like 1 munition, maybe 2 on it. You say 1 munition off it. That's it. So I mean, 7% more range at least gets off a slightly bigger benefit there. But anyways, more Grenadiers here for CPUeasy, Cohmaster, more or less going for the same build, Slayer with lots of conscripts, and Mark here going for conscripts and maxims. In the west here we got going to engage for conscripts, 2 squads moving in there to engage the German infantry, as right now Cohmaster is finding his lines a bit extended here versus the Bolsheviks. Conscripts getting up here, focused on the Grenadiers. He's going to have to go up in the machine gun there pretty close, and up more Grenadiers here to turn the tide for the fatherland. In the east, Mark is making a slow approach towards the fuel point there, securing the territory ahead of it. Probably also a bit worried if his opponent's going for maxims or not, since usually on a particular map like this, someone's going to go for maxims. And of course the question is figuring out if it's one of the Serb players or both of the Serb players that's going for the maxim. In which case you kind of need some support for dealing with that to the right tools. Maximum down here the road, comes there being pinned down. Gun is up closer, very good, very good. Usually a good trick is if you got a unit suppressed moving the infantry to finish it off, since it can't really defend itself at all, so might as well just get in there for the kill if you can. Up north there, Grenadiers versus conscripts. Actually, he's not getting a really good cover situation out there, since remember cover is directional. Right here, they're sort of getting a straight line, so let's go there for the Grenadiers. Grenadiers squad are falling back in before turning up. We got Molotov here for Slayer, having seen through Cohmaster's moves there. We also got more Grenadiers on the way there for Cohmaster-CPUeasy here so far. Thinking a bit about. You probably could go for mortar against this. Some players might go for sniper, though on a map like this, the way the terrain works, snipers could be a bit tricky there for CPUeasy to get, I think, full advantage of. But a mortar would definitely be a good choice. More conscript away there for Mark. Grenadiers versus conscripts, big push here. Sadly, the elite troops you could probably consider cluster grenade to basically stun up the conscript and have no chance to defeat them. Up here, though, Grenadiers M40 to fight out there. One conscript will run off, but the Grenadiers will soon have to retreat as well. Back here, reinforcement going on, no tech up yet there for Cohmaster. CPUeasy, they're going for additional Grenadiers now, interesting enough, bit delayed there. Pioneers pushed back, tiny chance of a white machine gun also falling back in the face of Russian resistance. So we get a bit of movement here, troops reinforcing, no sign of, there we go, field infirmary here for Slayer. Mark could show theoretical mode support and use that a bit there, the long time he probably wants to get his 4th Grenadier squad there for CPUeasy, so despite a maximum sort of build there, potential forward, he is not going for mortar to counter that. He's just going to go for a lot of Grenadiers. We could also just take out fast and go for some light vehicles, maybe try and counter it, but there you go. Khan's going for deep flanking on the machine gun, very good move by Slayer. Leaving Cohmaster's machine gun there, probably forced to retreat. He's going to try it anyways there. I definitely think that's a bad call there by Cohmaster. Incendiary grenade off, or Molotov there. Firebomb, whatever you called it. Grenadiers are being overwhelmed by Russian troops in the east. Grenadiers are fighting for the car point, sandbags up, very good. Troops setting out there for CPUeasy as well. A small stream of troops there being sort of fed into the meat grinding up here, hitting the mission point as well there. Meanwhile, it seems like either got harassed, they forgot to grab the curve point there, either way he's not getting anything out of the fuel, definitely not so good there for the Germans. Good for the Soviets, as that means the Germans aren't getting too far ahead. Grenadiers repulsed, we got another MG4 trip there for Cohmaster, triple Grenadiers, double MG42s. Slayer there has yet to just commit to anything besides the conscripts. In the southeast, though, Mark is making good progress here versus CPUeasy. Pioneers bring up the machine gun support. take up down there, and no take up yet for Cohmaster, despite having the resources for it. Heavy skirmishing around here. And we got a sister out here for Mark. He's clearly anticipating light vehicles out from CPUeasy to try and deal with him. Gonna be sneaking about here through the ruins, concentrating large force there from Slayer. Meanwhile, most of Cohmaster's forces are not really close to the front line, which could very much put a lot of pressure on CPUs, allowing him to be just completely pushed off the field. So that's some dangers there from how Cohmaster's handling things. Sandbags being wired off, but caught here by the Grenadiers. There's a tiny chance of wipe that didn't quite happen. Back here reinforcement, no tech, Grenadiers setting out. No light machine guns for CPUeasy, could definitely benefit from that. Would help him fit quite a bit in the early game. We could also go for the Jaeger Infantry and Elite Troops and then go for the G43s, which would also be quite good versus all of these conscripts. In the west, Grenadiers, MD42 standing ready, conscript hanging about here in the back. Like to make a nice company halfway down there for CPUeasy. As for medic banks up for Cohmaster, he could have tried maybe setting out around here to support him and his teammate, though might not be fully efficient in other ways. Support company for Slayer, so he might not be planning to use it right away, but he's clearly wanting to be ready to, backtick for field guns if it becomes a necessity. Mark here, we're on the roughly 6-minute mark, is going for the guard squad doctrine there, or at least mechanized support, meaning guardsmen. That probably means ISUs down the road. Because they're being held by the MD42 pretty close here, though. Pinned down to the ground, Grenadiers doing what they can as well. Here we go, heavy damage, and we got a field gun bombardment here as well. And of course, that's one reason to go for the field gun earliest rations. It can also double as a till and really just be a pain in the ass for your opponent. So an aggressive choice there by Mark. We got incendiary grenades into the trench. That's going to force the Grenadiers out. Other machine gun running out there. The right Germans putting up a bit more resistance now. Like to make a nice company up. Panzer Grenadiers could be a good choice, though. Of course, half-techs could also be really good on a map like this if used correctly. Or there is still the option for mortars. Grenadiers moving up, MD42 holding up here, constantly being pushed back. Standing about here with a lot of troops. I feel like Cohmaster could be putting more pressure there. Could possibly try to extend his front line a bit. Slayer there going for the tank battalion command. Not a lot of pressure in the south. I imagine mines, there we go, are being laid down here by Mark extensively to make it harder there for the Germans to push through. Conscripts suppressed back here. We got the half-tech on that's going to flamethrower half-tech up there for CPUeasy. Could be here that Cohmaster might be planning a tier 3 rash. A bold move that would require, I think, a single fuel cache, maybe an otherwise fast tech. CPUs are over here going for Jaeger Infantry in the end. Jaeger Command Squad could be using G43s, ambush camouflage, all useful abilities. Interesting enough, he pops all the grenades there, so he might not be planning to use the half tech to for the flamethrowers, but actually to transport his infantry about, which and support them on the front line, which is also a pretty good idea. Less considered by a lot of players, but it's actually a pretty handy ability. Though he CPUeasy, the half track, it's yeah, I think he just realised he was sending it off there to get destroyed. Pack 40 on the way there for Cohmaster. Cleaning up, planning a tier 3 rush then. He can go for the flamethrower upgrade now. Might it be he just went for too many G43s too fast. Just great hit from the field gun. I'm not entirely sure what he's planning over the half track though. I'm not entirely sure what is being planned. But could be he's still planning for flamethrower half track. See some of the way there for Slayer. Mark has yet to take up. Machine gun in a pretty exposed position. Russian infantry though is in an even more exposed position. They're just getting shredded by it. And there you go, Pioneers flanking up behind, half-tracking down at repairs. Grenadiers against the counter of the G43s versus Mosin Guns, plus a few Car-9 TKs. And machine gun there being pursued by the Guardsmen, noting no DP light machine guns here though for Mark yet. Figured prioritise those as much as possible. The conscripts, or the Guardsmen, I mean, not the conscripts. If conscripts get DP light machine guns, that'd be kinda nuts. But there you go, lots of fire there. Cohmaster now remains the only player yet to go for Doctrine here within the first 10 minutes of the game. Push in the centre. Norfoot's a bit of harassment there as well. We've got a deeper flank here. But right now, CPUs needs to be careful. I mean, he's got his attention here and there. There's a high likelihood he ends up losing it, well, actually, attention of something and gets away. Whoa, 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 whoa. CPUs, what are you doing with that half track? Nice use there by the ambush camouflage in the field gun, but I have absolutely no idea what CPUs is doing with that half track. Like, he went for it, didn't repair it, sent it off like that. I mean, what on earth was he thinking? I mean, it's great he was going for a half-track, but it just seemed like he had absolutely no clue what he was actually doing with it. Machine gun, they need to fall back. Pack 40 on the way there for CPUeasy. And the VC holding up, that's the field gun. The Maxim could probably deal with that Maxim quite nicely, except if they get suppressed. And there you go, field gun bombardment, pushing back the gun. He's not actually a mortar out there for Mark. He has brought up some artillery as well. Right now, Mark has, I think, the biggest force out, and more Cohmaster is actually the smallest, with the CPUs and Slayer tied. Cohmaster, though, again, I'm not entirely sure what he's planning there either. Russians, though, keeping up good aggressive pressure, but throwing away a half-track like that definitely does not help the Germans either. Also, big push in the north here. Germans had not prepared, no mines, and the Pack 40 was also too late there to really do anything. Completely crumpling the German frontier against the Russians, giving up vast swaths of their terrain. And there you go, he did rush out the Suprema Corps in the end. CPUeasy could maybe consider Jaeger Command Squad. I mean, a 5-man gun in this with G43 is, oh, good lord, directed there for the field gun. Good work by Mark. Pioneers coming from the Maxim there, pushed away, very good, very good. Almost getting the guards, but then again, can get a wipe on those, that'd be huge. Oh, we got the field gun. This is serious, this is pretty big. Could make up for the loss of the field gun and maybe some of the other, yes, there we go. Got a field gun. Got a guard squad. Steal the field gun as well. Very good, very good. That's a definite big tactical victory there for CPUeasy and the German army here. The Festung. Mines being laid down there by Slayer. Field gun being used to grab territory. Cohmaster there. They've sadly again, due to the harassment and all that, rather low on fuel. So what he does have it fast, he can't quite get any armor out, and you can see Mark there's rushing ahead for the Mechanized Armor Company himself. He can actually get out of T-3476 faster than the Germans can get out any armor of their own. Grabbing a point there. Up here we can see a slow advance, very slow, very painfully slow. Finishing at the centre, Cohmaster they're fighting off most of the Russians using his G43s as much as possible. From the south, going for the field gun, no immediate support. Machine gun not recruit either. Bit unfortunate there for CPUeasy. You can still, I think, benefit from the Jaeger Command Squad. Do not underestimate the power of the Jaeger Command Squad. But so far, seems like CPUeasy is not interested in it, which is a shame. Panzer Faust, Pack 40. That could see the destruction there of Slayer's T-70. Misses, though. My god, Otto. It has a damaged engine. How did you miss it? Heaven's sake. Misses it again, though that's some max range is more understandable with that size. Looks like he might have gotten another wipe then, Mark's forces. Mark needs to be careful now, he actually doesn't end up losing most of his forces there. The CPUs that also suffered heavily, he's also flooding resources. It really would benefit though from a Jaeger Command Squad Pack 40 wipe there for him. And begun to touch like on the Maxims. Liked his Artilleriegeschütz. I like his Infanteriegeschütz, not Artilleriegeschütz. That's just nonsense. Katyusha on the way there for Mark. An interesting thing to rush out there. Gives the Germans more chance to have an impact there with the Suprema Corps. Take up there for CPUeasy. Still think it'd be great with a Jaeger Command Squad. Also needs to get those anti-tank guns back in action as well. But K's range at the front line as the Germans struggle and scramble to put up something resembling a cohesive front line, as the Russians just constantly seek to undermine it, which of course is pretty much what you want to be doing as the Soviets. You want to keep, showing dissent and chaos to basically make it harder for the Germans to put up a coherent defense, because if they do put up a coherent defense, things get a lot more difficult for you. Point there being secured. You should also consider machine gun there getting ambush camouflage. Cohmaster man here is going for the Panzer IV. You might actually want to consider fuel cache up here just to make it harder for the enemy to harass him, plus of course provide him and his teammate with fuel. Could of course also be that CPUeasy does it. Either way, if either of them goes for a fuel cache here, that would be, I think, quite beneficial for the German army, for the Festung. T-70 staying out there for Slayer, and the 1st Guards Mechanized Corps. Going to say caught by the T-70 light tank. Under tank and nearby, since none of the packs have been crewed again. push in the centre being thwarted by severe machine gun fire there from Mark, plus infantry support there from Slayer. And we got Panzer Gunner D. I think we got a Panzer as well on the way. Good, good, good. Machine gun wipe again. That is considerably less good. Pack forward to the recruit. But we got a massive push in. The machine gun is exposed. Going to get stolen here. Definitely not good there for CPUeasy. He should have just retreated when he sourced the T-10 rather than allowing it to, stick around for too long. Bad call there. CPUeasy's got support crop. He can also go for a Panther 4. But he's probably going to need support there from Cohmaster's Panzerkampfwagen to have a chance here. Machine gun almost being taken up by artillery fire. Double field guns bombarding. And the mortars joining in the fun as well. Troops reinforcing. Panther 4 just done. And CPUs can go for his own Panther 4 as well. At which point they're going to have 2 medium tanks out there versus the Russians, of course. Double field guns means they have to be a bit careful to avoid them just getting knocked out quickly. Of North infantry flank here. Not a bad path, not a bad path. Panther 4 they're setting out for Cohmaster. Pioneers flanking up, we got the Maxim there at the ready. Field guns moving out. Mortar on the way there for CPUeasy, good choice. We got Mark on the Panther 4 there, almost taken out. Ah, Cohmaster. You got a wipe, but that's not worth the Panther 4. Why you not? Did he not see all the damage that's being done to the Panther 4? That was a really, really terrible call there by Cohmaster. That was basically his Panther 4. They're being thrown away in a matter of seconds. Panzer moving up here. We're going to do support, rolling through the lines. Very good, very good. CPU's Panther 4 is almost done, but that was definitely a big throw there by Cohmaster. Not worthy of someone by the name of Cohmaster. I mean, accidents happen even that one just felt rather egregious. Pitches, they're fine. Not really hitting anything though either. High off the mark, it seems. Maxim coming up there, shooting fire there for Mark. And Panther 4 there is ready. Already rushing ahead, need to be careful. Ah! Ah! What are you doing with the Panther 4s, you pillocks? I mean, he's just suiciding his Panther 4 after his teammate suicided his Panther 4. That just doesn't make any sense. To get a T-70. Why would you even do that? That is a terrible, terrible call there by CPUeasy. Awful. No idea what they're thinking there. And these are pretty high-ranked chaps, so seeing them just make these sort of things is a bit distressing. Of course, being the best one, of course, isn't perfect, but you know, usually, at least you try to be a bit more careful with your own Panzer after your teammate just got knocked out in a matter of seconds by the double field guns. Which again should note are more or less Pack 40s that have bigger crews. Also, they can function as artillery and they can spot for themselves with Veteran 2-1. So most ways it's actually better than Pack 40s. Moving up here, Sandbags going down, concentrating out there, Mortar moving up here for CPUeasy. Cohmaster continues to reluctantly not go for Doctrine. Not entirely sure what he's thinking there. Stu gone away though for him, very good. Fuel caches really the should be considered for the Germans now. Like they need fuel caches, I think, more than anything. That and better armor preservation. Got the double field guns moving up there. Issued fire on the way. Still hasn't recruited the field gun down there. They're going to need it though, I think. Trying to flank using sprint, but actually worked out. They could get the match and there you go, steal it and turn it against the Russians. That'd be pretty good there for CPUeasy. Sturmgeschütz 3 arriving there for Cohmaster. T-70 arriving on the scene. Pimp machine gun there being mounted. Very good, very good. Up north, coming in there. Machine gun holding up territory there. Close to the 20-minute mark. And Cohmaster's yet to choose a doctrine. That is definitely a bit disconcerting. Panzerfaust and T-70 light tank falling back here towards the victory point. Panzer up there, cannon at the ready. Floating both a bunch of manpower again. Field caches would be an absolutely amazing idea. And pushing straight ahead. They're getting one of the field guns, but not able to actually destroy. Oh, he's calling in artillery to maybe shoot, but yeah. Got an engineer squad, but if they can't actually destroy them, I don't think that matters too much. Defense for the Rhine for Slayers. We got the first Russian medium tank out in the field here. It's only a few steps above the Panzer IVs, but now they got the Stuke to deal with that. As long as you use them correctly and doesn't suicide it. Now this time for CPUeasy, they sent to some extent that mirror their own builders. There you go. Pack 40 Sturmgeschütze on the T-54 heavy damage being inflicted there on the Russian tank. Pull back, Petrov, pull back! Too many German anti-tank weapons. Grenadiers running out. Fun fact about the Stuks, it's actually a common move by a lot of Stuk crews to actually remove the ammunition rack so they could fit more ammunition in to the Sturmgeschütz. Though of course that meant there were munitions floating all over the place. So of course that increased hazards in some ways and particularly took a direct hit. So a little fun fact there about Stuks. Direct hit here from the F-55, going to need to get into the safety. Additional field gun here will be a really good choice about now I think. Also more G for the future CPUs is remaining infantry or some light machine guns. Fighting for the field points up north here. Sector victory point secured there for the Festung forces. Or Festungstruppen. Stuke hanging back there, second Stuke ready there for CPUeasy. Still flooding a bunch of manpower. These still really would benefit from fuel caches. Modify off there from CPUeasy's Granatenwerfer. Almost got another Maxim, but not quite, not quite. T7 sending out, Team Mortar exposed, need to retreat. Oh, got the field gun recruit, that's very good. Gonna use with ambush camouflage. And up north here, running into issues. And far up north, there's just really not a lot of action except the occasional rationing. Those are drawing towards the centre south, to be honest. Stuke is just not being used by CPUeasy. And we can see that Cohmaster's going for another Sturmgeschütz. Seems like the Festung mostly had access to the Sturmgeschütz then. Probably part of an infantry division that got stuck into the area. As part of the Festung. Guns there pushed back by the Grenadier. Stuke moving ahead there. Second Stuke almost done. A lot of field guns, they need to pull back the Stuke, need to pull back the Stuke. Good hit there from the T-54 on the Grenadiers. Field guns falling back. Not enough in support nearby. Second Stuke arriving. In the centre, big engagement rolling out here. Lots of Katyusha fire. There's the basically presenting too big a target there for March rocket artillery. And pack wipe, but getting a constant wipe there does help out a bit. They're slaying fact down to one infantry squad. Mark is not too much higher either. Cohmaster continues to be very reluctant against production. We got air support now called in the Grenadiers. A nasty airstrike there. And Mark can begin calling in the ISU. SU-5 that takes a stun hit. A heat round goes for the front. So we got the field gun moving up there. Oh, we could see the SU-5 go down. We could see it go down. He's not. Oh, also pretty poor position there. And Stuke's moving ahead. Tank destroyer down. A big armor push here for the German army. Knocking out one tank destroyer. Small victory here. Small victory. The skies, though, are quite hostile as the Red Army Aviation just continues to lay down lead all over the place. In the south, T-70 covering up on the flank path there. We can hit the field guns, the packs, and the Stukes a bit recklessly. More screening there, more infantry. And machine gun air caught there. Be careful, careful. I mean, again, they don't know exactly where the field guns are. They need to be careful they don't repeat the mistake. I mean, this is where, you know, Spearhead would be great. Or even, you know, the Jaeger Armor, either way, just using the reconnaissance overflight ability to have an idea where are the anti-tank guns so they can actually, like, well, deal with the bastards. Still, the Germans are making progress here. Oh, what are they doing? What is he doing with that Stuke? Oh, he's going for the Katyusha. Got it, but that's deeply risky. But on the other hand, if he doesn't lose the Stuke, that's amazing. Whoa, whoa, what are you doing, Cohmaster? That was just a weird move there to control. You should just pull back instead of just committing to more. That was just weird. In the centre, German infantry collapsing without sufficient armoured support, or any other kind of support really. Machine gun then reclaimed once more for the German army. Anything further going on here? 9, and still no fuel cache. Again, both German players are floating an awful lot of manpower. And again, a couple of fuel caches could do them a ton of good. Compared to the Russians going for munitions cache, which are a bit interesting. Of course, might be waiting here for the right time to begin calling in the R2 precision bombing strikes. Sturmgeschütz moving ahead for the German army, rolling through the ruins. Of course, need to be mindful of all the field guns. At this stage, I think Cohmaster again will also benefit from Spearhead simply for the fragmentation bomb, which could be quite useful in clearing up the bunched up field guns. So that could really be a consideration increasingly. More Stuks for Cohmaster-CPUeasy. Not much happening there either, just floating a lot of resources. Is he planning to form a Panther or something like that? I mean, that wouldn't be half bad. Troops switching for the centre up north. We got a maximum crew in there. We still got machine gun and a pack covering there against any sort of light harassment attempts. It could even slightly stall a bigger push. But so far, again, the way the Germans are acting, the Russians are mostly reacting. Again, they're floating so much there. Again, I'm not entirely sure what they're thinking with that. Seems a bit weird, to be honest. Good to in the T-70 in the centre. Guardsmen sneaking through. There you go, mortar fire though. We got 2 mortars up here for the German army, 1 for Cohmaster, 1 for CPUeasy. And we got a fuel cache up here for the Russians. Once again, the Germans have yet to build a single one. They really would benefit from it. And Cohmaster really would benefit from a doctrine. More air support in it from Slayer. Stu pack opening up in the T-55 though so far on the map. Oh, there you go. Target weak point stands up the T-55, but can't pursue. We got the Stu moving up here. Pin marching away for both. Field gun opening up. The far up north point, they're being harassed. And Slayer calling in the IS-2, the Josef Stalin 2 tank. That's going to be quite a headache for the German. It does help they have a bunch of Sturmgeschütz. Almost got the T-55 but they almost, but can't quite seem to deliver a finishing blow there. Again, I'm not entirely sure what they're planning with this massive reflow. I mean, he's got 1,000 manpower and 200 fuel. I mean, come on, CPUeasy, expend the resources, push harder for the fatherland. Got plenty of pop cap as well to go with, so I mean, you know, set up for Panthers, Sturmpanzers, Panzerwerfers, just, you know, don't flow that much. There you go, he's finally goes for something. It's the Austrian to help counter all the air support called in, though it's not a particularly good counter. I mean, out of most of the anti-aircraft vehicles in the game, it's probably rated among some of the worst ones, to be honest. So it's a bit of a weird choice to go for that in some ways. I mean, I can understand why he goes for it, but even then I'd be a bit hesitant. Germans still bleeding out the Russians, got the IS-2 moving up, and we got an Archer as well out here for Mark. That's going to require some heavy firepower. There you go, Cohmaster then does go for Spearhead, but he could have gone for it a lot sooner. Field guns being lined up here. If he can sort of get a good sight on them, maybe set up a good line, he could basically take them out both, maybe some other stuff. Stuks moving in there, packs, and we got the Austrian ready here. Large engagement going on in the south. In the park will soon become a graveyard, and there you go. Field guns lining up, could be the time to call in this fragmentation bombing run, and there we go, 1 Stuk I think went down, no it doesn't. Why did he call it in from that angle? I remember it will arrive, you sort of depending on it, you can sort of set it up to arrive quickly. I mean, he just, you know, set it up here, would arrive in a matter of seconds from this side, and just probably cleared them out. So I don't know why he called it in like that. He couldn't have called it in from the other side, you know, so that way just, you know, be bombing them as they ran out, so that would just call it pretty inefficient. I shoot the current north here with high explosive rounds. Stuks being repaired. Flak Panzer nearby providing support. That was definitely just a waste of 180 munitions there by Cohmaster, who's now floating 1,000 manpower. I mean, come on, build some caches, people. Get some resources going. And again, you can plot to this lot of air support, you know, build munitions caches. Or, you know, fuel caches for a Tiger tank. Just, you know, don't be floating that much manpower. That's just silly. But it's a nasty hit there by from the IS-2. Guardsman's team forward. You got the field gun there creeping very as much as possible there again for a large field gun. Pack 4 they're getting wiped here. Poor maneuvering there by CPUeasy, easily wiped. Russians though down to 171 versus the Germans 323. Okay, Cohmaster's going for something. He's going for additional Panzer Grenadiers. And more to wiped out there by the IS-2. They really need to be more careful about this dig out close to the front line by now. More guardsmen out for Mark. Got the IS-2 rolling from there. Goes Stoops trying to shoot through the walls. But the problem is the trees that actually block fire somewhat. Lots of artillery fire here. We got an artillery strike in here by CPUeasy on the support positions. There we go, mortar wiped. Big push, you need to cover around that IS-2. I'm guessing Cohmaster's setting up for the Tiger tank, but CPUeasy, I have no idea what he's planning there again. It just doesn't make a lot of sense. When at this stage, he could build a heavy Panzer Corps, get a Panther, and again pushing for something a bit more aggressive in that sense. IS-2 there, they're exposing themselves to the Stooks and the field gun. Not a good move there, not a good move. Heavy damage being inflicted on the IS-2. Field gun's also being bunched up. Fragmentation bombing run. This time, where's it going to come from? Once more, though, Cohmaster seems to really favour just calling in for where the opponent has the most time to react. Usually, you try to do it, you know, where they have the least time to react. But for some reason, he always keeps choosing it in such a manner that the aircraft takes the longest to get to the point. Is definitely not particularly good artillery usage. But there you go. Nice flank for here, up maneuvering the Russian positions, closing in on them. Could be pushing in with the Stooks for some reason, pushed back. And the Russians actually get away with this more easily, I think. Not entirely sure what happened there, but that felt a bit wasteful. That felt a bit wasteful. IS-2 rolling back because the IS-2 under repairs. Got to see the Russians there trying to now change up the front line there, but sneaking from the north, realising if they just focus down, the Germans could deal with them possibly. Stooks going too far ahead though, again ignoring the field guns. Losing a field gun as well. And there you go, CPUeasy throws away another armoured vehicle there. He definitely needs to work on his armour preservation. I mean, he's good at preserving his infantry, but his armour he really just keeps making some really weird calls with. Cohmaster not far off from a Tiger tank. CPUeasy is yet to just really display any other sort of strategy. Now it's actually really low, but again, part of it's just he's not spending his resources. Anything. He's not getting more units. He's not even replacing the ones he's losing by now. So I'm not entirely sure what CPUeasy is up to. Cohmaster, of course, the Tiger tank. I hope, anyways. There we go. Tier 4. Not a bad move, but honestly, you could have done that a ton better, though. A ton better. That definitely is not particularly well played there by CPUeasy. Panzer Grenadier squad halfway done. Troops on strength of machine guns, heavy fire. Machine gun needs to fall back. Tiger tank rolling about here. Pin up machine gun almost done for the mighty Tiger up north. Looks like they're successful in getting to the fuel pond there. Good work for the Russians. T-55 on the way there for Mark to sort of further just add something with a bit more punch for the Germans. And good hit from the IS-2. They're almost taking out machine gun in the trench. 17 kills so far. Veteran to 1. Heavy Panzer Corps yet to be built, though he has to research now for it. Just need to build and then go for some, I think, Panthers, maybe a Sturm Panzer as well. Pack being pushed back there due to the intense Katyusha fire there from Mark. In the centre of the Guards from the road, continue onwards. We can do it! We can do it! Just keep shooting them! We shall be victorious! Stooks opening up with Chennai shoe blasting as well. We got the IS-2 as the Pack 40. Pack there left too on much in his own. They're definitely having some issues there with support being too exposed at times. Panzers they almost wiped out by the IS-2. Triple field guns now all lined up on the line. Heavy panzer corps needed, and they are going to need a Panzerwerfer, I think, to have a chance dealing with that. Attack just wrecked there. Tiger Stu sitting out on some Papa. There you go, getting caught with the ISU already. And air support summed in as well, plus a marked vehicle just to make sure. Also then he caught all the field guns. Not entirely sure what CPUeasy is doing. His armor preservation once more leaves a bit to be desired. Heavy Panzer Corps there is good to go. Panther, then Panzerwerfer, let's say, in this situation. Tiger tank there rammed right in front of the ISU, but they've also got the shooting armor, might be able to take out the ISU, but there you go. Already filtering rushed up support. Tiger falling back with the damaged engine. Bombing strike, too slow there for Mark, and again also called in from not very good angle. 300 points left for the Germans. Machine gun setting up there, manned by Panzer there. Stu gaining eventually 2 shots, not resulting heavy damage. Tiger tank's about to go down. And CPUeasy is yet to call anything from his anti-panzer corps. And there goes center. We got the arse swimming up. One field gun cleared out here. Brutal engagements and skirmishing. Stu them moving up to engage. Tiger weak. One cup used against the ISU. Guards supporting. Tiger tank though. Main gun out. Need to fall back further. An absolute slaughter around the center now. Almost got the field gun there. ISU moving ahead. Good hit there in the ISU. Panther finally on the way for CPUeasy. Finally! I mean, again, this manpower flow has been quite silly. Also, the neat repairs. Panther on the way. Standing about in the center. Osman almost knocked out. Panther almost done. Panzerwerfer on the way there. So he's finally going to expend his resources. Of course, Cohmaster, but again, that's partly because now they had to use them. I mean, really, don't float that much if you can avoid it. But finally, they're not done with it. Now it's they're slightly floating. Nothing quite on the German level yet. 103 versus 285. Russian infantry setting up. Here we got push here for the southern victory point again. And there you go, nice use of incendiary armor around here by CPUeasy. It's going to make it much harder for Russia to defend the victory point here and get it. Panzerwerfer halfway done. 99 points left here for the Russian army. The first Guards Mechanized Corps is struggling, and here we got T-34 going straight for the Grenadiers. Tiger tank is good to go. Panzer Squad number 3 on the way for Cohmaster. He's definitely going for a lot of them, which is nice to see. That one's actually almost ready free, and there we go. ISU lands a spectacular hit that barely scratches the T-34, but obliterates the Grenadiers around it. Panthers heading out here. Field guns being out as well for the Ghosts get line of sight on them. He can just take that with a Panzerwerfer. But he does need it up there. He also needs more infantry right now. He really, I think, should just consider calling in the Jaeger Command Squad. Careful with the Panther, look. Careful with the Panther. Unit wiped out. Really needs the Jaeger Command Squad. Call it in, CPUeasy. Good hit on the IS-2 there, though. Chili firing the Pack 40. Gains virtually 2, though. Nice hit on the T-70. Pack 40 getting wiped out, though. Infantry moving ahead. Need to cover the Panther. Panzerwerfer moving not up. What are you doing, CPUeasy? Get the Panzerwerfer in there. That's what it's there for, I imagine. Air support called in. Osman's lying nearby to just help shoot down the aircraft. And we got a bombing strike in here. Trying to take out the Tiger tank. Gets it this time around. Cohmaster needs to be more careful with it. Also, CPUeasy needs to be more careful with this Panther. But there he goes, trying to get the IS-2. There he goes, shoots. Misses by the looks of it. Still, victory point is at least rendered neutral. Needs to go back though. Pack 40 being moved forwards again. Come on, CPUeasy, calling the Jaeger Command Squad. It's a 5-man Grenadier squad. That's worth a lot, in particular in the late game. Troops standing about, going points here. Another T-45 on the way with a Slayer. Russians, though, probably need to do some more flanking. They also consider some, I think, mortars to lay down smoke screen, instead of just attacking head on boldly. Deeper flanks would also help them out right now, I think, versus the Germans. Plus, putting more into the north. I mean, they've really been just neglecting this part, whereas at least in that regard, I feel the Germans have been a bit better at actually playing around more than that, comparatively. Even if they've been floating a lot, which is definitely not recommendable, but playing them out, I think, has in some ways been better. Machine gun also wiped out there by the Chute, and I think, yeah, double field gun bombardment. Panther unit repairs, and wiped, annihilated. 76 points left here for the Russians. Big push here, the Pioneers, Panzer guns and Stugs. 75 points left, Panther needs to fall back. He also needs some infantry support, some Pioneer support on it, and again, Jaeger Command Squad would be very strong a choice. There just isn't any there. Moving through here, not even supporting his own army in the south seems a bit weird, to be honest, by the CPUeasy. Osman getting bombarded by the double field guns. Panzerwerfer is, well, he's doing something, I guess, but not really trying to take out the field guns with a the primary threat here. Osman down, another throw there by CPUeasy in terms of armor. And Pioneers utterly out of here by the ISU. A strong showing there for the, well, heavy assault gun. Now the Panther there for CPUeasy. Cohmaster setting up for another Tiger tank. $57 points left for the Russians. We got veteran fleet Panzer Grenadiers here, true heroes of the Faserland. With 28 kills on them. There you go. Another Tiger tank here. Apparently they managed to somehow find a stash of Tigers and Panthers, probably an abandoned railway station.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Troops turning about here, getting a good hit in the IS-2. Sadly though, it fails to penetrate. IS-2 moving in to shoot, and there you go. Penetrating the Stuke. Second shot also fails to penetrate. Not good here, not good. Panther seeing repairs, targeting going up. Stuke Pioneers being murdered. Another bunch of more costing the Stuke as well. Oh dear. Might even take out the other Stuke. No, the ISU takes care of that. That was definitely some poor movement there by Cohmaster. Bunches up his stuff here in front of the Red Army. Fragmentation bombing run in on the armor seems questionable when they don't have anything to finish it off with anyways. Field gun then being used to grab the point while camouflage from the south here. We got constantly up behind getting shot down by machine guns. And there you go, rushing for the southeastern victory point. Panther moving up, might try and flank the hammer. They're still with triple field guns. Panther over there needs to, he already fired it. Tiger tank moving over half elf, and there you go, triple field guns on the Panther. Rolling in though, trying to outmaneuver here. Pretty risky, should call in the silly strike on the field guns. So there we go, there we go. Light Infanteriegeschütz, raining down death. Deutschland! Doesn't quite land in time though. Now trying to sit up and move the house. But there you go, getting rammed by the T-34. Got the southern victory point, rushing the centre. 144 points left here. Still no Jaeger Command Squad for CPUeasy. We really should go for it. And the second Panthers now finally on the move.
The enemy is taking our territory.
And a Raf grenade which absolutely fails to make any impact. Why isn't he calling in the Jaeger Command Squad? It's pretty good. It is pretty good. Anti-tank grenade off, their field guns moving in here. Panzerwerfer is in dire need of getting closer again, deal with the field guns. 32 points left. Hanging by a thread here. More Panzer Grenadiers, no Jaeger Command Squad. Why are you moving off the point? The point! CPUeasy, the point! 9! Might have been to avoid the Katyusha barrage, I guess. But the timing up seemed a bit weird. Panzer Grenadier ready, almost guarded again. More Katyusha fire here. Slayer's gotten 2 out since Mark lost his. Big push here for the centre victory point. Smokes from here will be great for the Germans to help cover up, grab it without necessarily being shot by too much. Panther the barrage off here, they're pushing back the infantry for now and then. Going the south. Panther's T-35 needs to keep front towards the tank. Penetrating hit pretty bad. Still got the victory point there. 28 points left. Tiger tank going for the centre. Smoke screen would be great right about there. 25 points left. 24. Big push into the south. Panther has to fall back to avoid destruction at the hands of the field guns. Ice 2 moving in as well. 21 points, 19. Infantry ground there, 17 points left. Rushing in the field and just to stall for a few seconds. Doesn't work. And 11. 9. T-34 ramming the Tiger tank. Immobilizing itself, 7 points left. Not trying to rush the northern victory point, which is actually wide open for the Russians. 3 points left. Bombing strike in. Tiger tank survives that and more. Units being obliterated as the Germans are just feeding everything to that victory point. Choose your barrage off. 1 point left. And GG. Game over. A brutal slaughter right here. The German army, for now at least, holds the town. But the question is for how much longer with the casualties they took. Kills wise, rather heavy there. CPUeasy was the one that suffered most, but he also did most of the damage and did most of the killing. Comparatively, Cohmaster there did alright. The Russians there certainly was sort of more in between the two. The German in terms of damage killing, casualty wise though, they certainly also suffered rather high on the end. There's some rather brutal slaughter here going on between both sides. The Germans definitely could have used the resources, I think, a lot more efficiently at times. There are definitely points, but again, they just, what was going on in the weird half-tick in the early game also didn't benefit them. But there was one thing the Germans definitely were good at playing out, that was the map. The Russians, on the other hand, had a tendency of just tunnel visioning around the centre here, and the south, in many cases, they've forgotten the north. That they pushed harder for the north, for example. They could have probably won this game. Because right there, the centre here, the Germans were just absolutely exhausted. Had the game lasted, a few more seconds, GG in favour of the Russians. But because, again, they never tried, to use the numbers, particularly the late game, more efficiently versus the Germans were able to maintain, again, a smaller front line. Again, that's really important. The wider front line, again, the more force you need to defend. So the more you can sort of just, again, whittle down the force again, the less they can actually defend. So theoretically, again, if they're concentrating everything, that means they're not defending there. So again, like the Russians, I think, suffered too much from tunnel vision. Also not enough flanking. They also could have benefited from smoke at times. They did play well, but again, there were some issues overall compared to playing them out. So while the Germans made some big tactical mistakes, strategically, I do feel like they actually managed to some extent outplay the Russians. Again, it was really close to the extent there was a lot of luck there involved. They really need to shape up again. No more floating 1,000 manpower and, not taking up when you can. I mean, really, if I could, I'd slap them both. Or at least just, hit them on the head. Just, go, don't do that again. Ever. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this 2 vs 2. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment. If you'd like what I do, you can pledge on Patreon or donate by PayPal to support, keep the war effort going. This is Imperial saying cheers and see you all another time, and hope to see you all tomorrow again for another video. Bye.